I'm Garrett Crownover, the goated kayaker, first to roll. Not that that really matters, but it kind of does.
What was your favorite section out of all the sections on this semester?
Shit, we did a lot. Winter was not very fun. Climbing was pretty cool, but I definitely have to say river was my most favorite section. I was looking forward to it the most because I got the chance to come back down Desolation Canyon again. Stayed at some of the same campsites I stayed at last time. I just feel like more confident in the water, more confident in a kayak. It's a great feeling to be back here.
That's great. And
I think my biggest takeaway has been just to find more value in the little things. I think before coming into NOLS, I was really like self-reliant almost to a fault. I wouldn't really reach out for help or like maybe use tools that would make things easier. And I think coming to NOLS has just made me realize that like a lot of other people have a lot of value to bring, and like using the right tools for a job will make it easier. Shoveling with your hands is not fun. You shovel with a shovel. And yeah, so just finding value in the little things.
awesome. And how is this Garrett different from the Garrett that started this semester?
I think the Garrett that started this semester was I think he thought he like could do anything and do it on his own, and that's not true. I think this semester's really taught me to lean on the people who support you, and like assess your strengths and your weaknesses, and just like be able to like know your limits and have patience with yourself as well as other people, because you're always gonna have conflict with people. You're always gonna be frustrated, but if you just like bottle it up and keep it down, nothing's ever gonna change. So have a little bit of patience, lean on the people around you, because most of the time they're there to help.
Awesome. And if you had to give a piece of advice to yourself at the beginning of this semester, or to NOLS students in general, what would it be?
Just do it. If you're considering doing a NOLS course, there's no reason not to. Like it's expensive, but they give scholarships. It's hard, but there's other people around here to help. The instructors know what they're doing. They're professionals. It's not going to be exactly what you expect, but it's not going to be way different from it either. It's living in the woods. It's hanging out with the boys. It's just having a great time. And so just do it. It's going to be hard, but just do it.
Awesome.
Yeah, thanks, Liam.
Kill it.
Yeah.
What up? It's your boy, Sage, back at it again.
Sage, as we're nearing the end of our whole semester, it's been 3 months. We've had 4 different sections, 5 if you include the woofer. What has been your favorite and why?
Winter. No, I'm completely My favorite section was by far actually the climb section, and you could have guessed that considering I am a climber. But I
Yes,
like the
you are.
climb section. Number 1, because I'm a climber. Number 2, I got so hyped. Such a meditative activity. My fingers strong as shit, and it was so funny watching Garrett actually completely trash a bunch of stuff. Trash is a good word.
Yeah. What does trash mean, Sage? Can you explain
Trash
that?
means you flash, which means you do it first try, but on top rope, because because you can't do it on lead. Let's go.
Well, screw you,
Exactly.
Sage. Anyway, so
Now Garrett did some leads.
yeah, as we're wrapping up, NOLS is a very transformative experience.
Obviously,
and you get you get a lot of learnings from it. So what do you think is your biggest takeaway?
Biggest takeaway is I have to be myself because everybody else is taken. I read that off the wall in 6th grade, and it came back to me in a dream yesterday.
Hell yeah. And then Sage, what is one way? I can think of some ways that you're different, but how do you think you are different right now on day like interviewing on day like 70 something as opposed to
79.
you getting interviewed on day 2 of winter?
Obviously my hair is a little bit like 2 inches longer, which is gas. I've got a little bit more sand in my hair. I'm a little bit warmer, a little bit more warm. But I feel like actually different is I've spent a lot of time thinking about myself and how I wanted to come out of NOLS, and I felt like a lot of type 2 fun has happened. Yes, winter sucked ass in the moment, and I said that I was cold, but however, looking back on it, it's pretty good. So I feel like there's definitely things that I can spend a lot more time, like, you know, appreciating the moment. Like, oh shit, this is bad, this is cold, but it's fun, it's good.
Oh yeah. Okay, and lastly, what is one thing you want to say to someone who's considering doing a NOLS semester?
Don't do winter! No, actually, it's really fun. Do whatever the fuck you want, man.
Hell yeah. Thanks, Sage.
Peace!
Seth Daneman.
Seth Daneman.
That's right. Man, the myth.
Yeah, so Seth, we have about 7 more days in the backcountry. How are you feeling about that?
Too many emotions to describe with one word.
Fair enough, fair enough. So now that we've reached the best section, the river, what do you consider as the best section?
That's a really good question, Garrett. I like climbing. It had everything. It had like the hardships, it had the fun, it had the meditation. I don't know, it just had the most growth and most fun for me. Winter is easily replaceable, but I think climbing overall.
Nice. And so like you said climbing was super meditative. I know from talking to you, you learned a lot about yourself through climbing. What do you think's one of your biggest takeaways?
From climbing?
From climbing or this whole semester?
I think that overall, like, you can, like, there's layers. Life is like an onion, right? There's layers of everything, and I think that one thing that really applies to everything is that, like, the small stuff matters, but you should only put as much weight to it as it deserves, and that, like, little things with group dynamic can be sorted out with some conversation, and little things with with your personality shouldn't be like some big bothersome thing. You shouldn't take things as seriously as you should, or as you shouldn't take things super seriously. I think just approaching everything with an air of humor allows you to really just like digest everything and make everything just like very handleable.
Oh yeah. And how would you say that learning that has changed you as a person?
It's refined me. It's made me like, I don't know, I just feel a lot more grounded in who I am, and I feel like I have a lot of solid building blocks to build off of, and that like anything I approach with, I can approach with this mentality and this person of who I am. And approach with this like built-on personality, and like kind of approach everything with a new degree of confidence.
Oh yeah. Any advice for someone who's maybe on the fence about doing a NOLS semester?
Do it.
Do it?
Yeah, why not? What else are you gonna do?
Hell yeah. Thanks, Seth.
I'm Ethan Rudy Weinstein.
Ethan Rudy. What has been your favorite section? Because we've had a lot of different we've been doing a lot of different stuff. What's been your favorite? Bro, get it out of your face.
No, that's the struggles of having a big team. Climb's my favorite section, but I've really enjoyed river so far, going down the rapids in a kayak.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot to say my favorite section.
You said it was climb.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. All right, Ethan. So obviously you've learned how to ride a giant pencil. Other than that, what do you think is your biggest takeaway, or what have you learned from NOLS?
I've learned I gotta prioritize myself more. I've learned I gotta be patient with myself. I've learned what an open pneumothorax is. And yeah, I learned how to pitch a tent too.
Hell yeah, important stuff. And so other than your obviously massive penis growing, how do you think you're most different than you were at the start?
I think I got a better sense of like what's important to me and like not what I want to do in my life, but like a better sense of like how I want to approach these next couple of years.
Oh yeah. And then lastly, what is one piece of advice you'd give to someone else who's just about to start their NOLS course?
I'd say, you know, make the most of it. It shit don't last forever. No, it may sound like it lasts. Yeah, it may feel like it's lasting a while in the backcountry, but you know, it'll always eventually end, and then you'll go back to society and have all those problems that like you wish you were gonna have here, but then you're gonna wish you're gonna be back in the backcountry.
Yeah, that's so true. Thanks, Ethan.
Hold up, keep on asking more questions.
Bro, that's all I got.
Hold up, let me show him my beard.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Look at that. That's a good ass beard.
It's Cole, Frosty Olsen.
Frosty.
You know what's up.
Yeah, what's up, Cole? So, as we're nearing the end of our fifth section, can you tell me what has been your favorite thing so far?
Yeah, I'd say my favorite section so far has been climbing overall. I could say each section for various different reasons, but climbing, the instructors were great, the weather was great, mostly. Climbing was amazing. We could choose our own food. What's not to like? I love climbing.
Hell yeah. Climbing is pretty great. It was nice to not have to get up and move every day.
100%.
So Cole, NOLS is a huge experience, and you do a lot of stuff. You do a lot of active stuff, but you also do a lot of like interpersonal growth and learning about yourself. What do you think has been your biggest takeaway from this semester?
I guess my biggest takeaway from this semester is you got to trust yourself, and you got to prioritize your team, but also you have to set aside time and set aside energy for yourself and be vocal, share your opinion, and just, I guess, try not to take a back seat in terms of like group dynamic. Really get out there, be a leader, represent, be who you are. Show people your truest self, and good things will happen in my experience if you do that.
Hell yeah.
Oh yeah.
So having learned that and not knowing that at the beginning, how do you think it's made you a different person coming out of this?
Yeah, I guess going into the front country, like a couple things that I'm hoping to continue are gonna be just like trying to live simply. Is the main thing, as well as staying able to like trust myself, even if my opinion is different from other people's. I want to be able to express the way I feel and have it contribute to the people around me, because I know that my opinion is valid. But yeah, I guess living simply is one of my biggest takeaways. I really appreciate living out here because everything is just laid out for you. You know, if you're thirsty, you can drink water. If you're hungry, you make food. And in the front country, there's a lot more distractions. So I'm hoping to take some of what I've learned out here and continue it in the front country of, keeping what's important first, and continuing that line of living, that life of living simply.
Does that include buying a flip phone?
Yeah, I'm thinking about it. I think I will buy a flip phone. I think that'd be pretty dope.
Making a big switch.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I was thinking about it before, but this might seal the deal.
Hell yeah. And then Cole, a NOLS semester is a huge commitment, both in time and money and just personal effort. What would you say is your biggest piece of advice to someone who's considering it?
Yeah, my biggest piece of advice, I'd say, for somebody considering a NOLS semester is, like, first of all, it's so worth it. If you're having doubts, that's normal, but also you're gonna have so much fun. It's gonna be really worth it, but keep an open mind. Don't expect it to be breezy and easy. There's gonna be challenges, both social and physical, but ultimately it'll make it more worth it with the challenges. You'll become a tighter group, you're gonna have more personal growth, and you're just gonna learn more. So be ready for the challenges, but also have fun, stay in the moment, and be present. I think that's my advice.
Hell yeah. Thank you, Cole. Man.
My name is Eitan Lahan.
Yeah?
Yes.
All right. Eitan, we have done 5 very different sections. They've all had like their ups, they've all had their downs. What do you think has been your favorite?
Probably got to be climb. I don't even like climbing, but the instructors were just so cool and the vibes were just so good. And that's why my favorite section is climb.
Hell yeah. So Eitan, everybody has had a lot of personal growth. Everybody's pretty different than they were at the start.
Yeah.
How do you think, or what do you think has been your biggest takeaway?
I think my biggest takeaway has been like, one, not to shop at the store so much. I really thought this hat would last. And 2, just to like be open and honest with people, and open up emotionally as much as you can, because that'll allow you to have a better connection and a deep relationship with
Yeah,
friends.
for real. And so Eitan, you're obviously a different person than you were at the start. Seems like you take things maybe a little bit more seriously, maybe not. How do you feel that you're different from how you were in the very beginning?
I think I don't know. I think I feel more like myself. I think I've been very open and honest, and I think I've grown emotionally and
A killer beard.
socially. Yeah, I've got this great beard, and I think I've been able to open up to y'all more than I ever have. And I did not know I could grow this beard, and it's pretty awesome. This is the longest I've ever grown my beard.
Yeah, all those are awesome. And then final thing, Eitan, what is one piece of advice that you'd give to someone who's considering signing up to do this crazy ass semester?
I would just say do it. I think just don't think about it too much. I think if you have any inkling that you want to do this, I think you should show up. I think it'll be partly what you expect, but also just to be prepared for whatever, and to roll with the punches, kind of.
Yeah.
Take it as you go, and not take it too seriously, because at the end of the day, we're just fucking around in the woods.
Hell yeah. Thank you, Eitan.
Yeah.
I'm Liam Markey.
Liam Markey. Liam, we've had a lot of fun sections. Some not so fun. Some more fun than others. What was the most fun for you?
I think so far the river section. I'm really enjoying being on the oar boat. It's a lot of fun to row since I have the crew experience, and it's just like a lot more chill but also fun than all the other sections.
Hell yeah. Liam, so we've been doing a lot of stuff out here. You've been getting a lot of new skills, both like physical, tangible skills, but then also like interpersonal skills. What do you think is your biggest takeaway from these 3 months?
I think my biggest takeaway is I feel like I've matured in a lot of ways, but more so that I was wasting a lot of my time like on my phone, and I think like just getting away from that for such a long period of time has like made me realize how much of a waste of time it was, and like I just feel like I've been living more like simply and in a more real way now.
Oh yeah. And then how do you think, because Liam at the beginning and Liam right now are definitely different people.
Yeah.
How do you think you're most different?
I think I've mellowed out quite a bit, and I feel like this experience has like made me interact with a lot of different personalities, and like made me understand people's perspectives more and like where they're coming from. And I think definitely I had a bit of a God complex coming into this section, or this course, and this has just made me like realize and tone that down and like make room for other people's opinions and perspectives as well.
Oh yeah. And then if you had one piece of advice for future Liam Markeys going into a NOLS semester, or just anybody, what would it be?
Make sure that you get the NOLS chums, because the Oakley chums will slip your sunglasses into the river.
Damn. And how much were those Oakleys?
They were $250.
Holy crap. All right. Thank you, Liam.
I am Gabriel Jimenez Gonzalez.
Gabriel, we have been out here for almost 3 months now. That's a hell of a long time. What has been your favorite section?
My favorite section has been the climbing section, mainly because of like the vibes. The instructors were amazing. I had a deeper connection with Avalon and Ejoncito, mi hermano. Then Mag was also an amazing instructor. Then climbing was like an art for me. I felt like I was dancing with the wall all the time, and just like base camping, it was amazing. The luxury of having like beef, like going to Walmart or to the Jubilee and like buying the beef. What was the name of that?
The ground beef.
The ground beef.
Yeah.
Having ground beef and like having like beef. That was amazing. And also like the campfires in the climbing section, like was amazing. The views. No, it was crazy.
Oh yeah. So Gabo, we've learned like a lot. I know you've learned a lot about yourself over this semester. What do you think is your biggest takeaway?
Yeah, my biggest takeaways for sure is like not taking for granted anything. I was taking for granted water, my family, my language, and now I was in the middle of Utah, some dirty ass canyon, drinking mud water. So yeah, never taking anything for granted, not taking a meal for granted, just like being grateful for what do we have, and even like for the little things.
Oh yeah. And then I know like you've learned a lot. I know you've changed a lot because Gabo on the winter section didn't even do his dishes. So how do you think for yourself are you the most different?
Well, I have like three sections for this answer. So for like skill wise, my cooking skills, like I didn't know how to cook, my first time cooking, and then I know how to cook like proper meals now, some good as dishes. Same like with the cleaning and stormproofing, with like all of the outdoor skills. Now I know how to pitch a tent, clean dishes, like basically everything. But also I've changed a lot, like how to respect different cultures. At the beginning was hard, like respecting the pronouns and like the way of thinking here of everything being so respectful. But now I understand a different perspective of people, and I learned that I have to respect for being respected. And if I try to understand those new ideals, I'll learn about them and I can apply them in another way with my culture or back home. That's like my biggest takeaway.
Oh yeah. And then if you were talking to your future self, what do you think is the biggest piece of advice you would say while you were considering doing a NOLS semester?
Repeat that, John.
What's the biggest piece of advice you would give to someone taking a NOLS semester?
Read the course description first. That's like my first advice.
Because what did you think this was?
Like ski resort, like luxury camping, like I don't know, fucking like premium shit, like 22, like 22K for this, like crazy. I thought it was going to be premium, but if you're thinking about doing like a NOLS semester, meal, you have to buy hella meal, buy hella candy, then buy biodegradable tissues or toilet paper. That's like my advice, key. And then just like prepare yourself for a lot of growth and experience, and just like being a chiller with everybody, because you have to convive 90 days with people you just met, and that's hard at the beginning, but at the end it's like your brothers, and with only like seeing them you understand their needs and what do they need. So yeah, like be prepared, mentally prepare yourself, meal, toilet paper, read the course description, and a good sleeping setup. Like Garrett, he has a bed, I have a shitty ass thermarest.
Yeah, that's key. Thank you, Gabo.